Welcome back to Bros and
Nailed it. Episode 50, everybody.
Welcome back to Bros in a Landfill, episode 50. There was our token mention of it. Now let's not bring it up anymore.
Yeah, it's just another episode, right?
Here at Bros in a Landfill, we enjoy celebrating random numbers we enjoy celebrating particular events, regardless of numbering of episodes.
That's right. Every day is important. Every episode is important. You gotta take every experience as its own experience. And we're definitely not just pretending this doesn't matter because two of our members are down.
I mean, episode 9 was when we celebrated our very first guest episode, and episode 21 was when you joined officially. So,
So our milestones are just completely arbitrary.
our milestones and our episode numberings are not the same at all. We don't pay attention to episode numbers. We're more interested in the content. And this content is going to be really good, I promise. Here's your
number is just a number, you know?
Yeah. 50. Where's my noisemaker?
So dizzy.
Wait, hold on. This is an episode with DSY in it, so I need to get my mandatory what the heck whip out of the way.
Okay.
Tomatoes. Not tomatoes. You dorks. Alright, that'll suffice.
Okay. Did someone say tomato?
No, I just don't have any super what the heck quips, so I just was BSing. I was just BS reaching. I was like, what's something stupid I can say? And then I thought about VeggieTales, and I was like, tomatoes.
And I was like, quick, I need an idea. Your mind immediately goes to VeggieTales. They've never let me down before. There'll be gold in this. What planet are you fucking from?
I'm from
I too looked at VeggieTales in a crisis.
Do you remember the pirates who don't do anything?
Oh god.
You know, my father still sings the Where's My Hairbrush song.
Wait, isn't VeggieTales made in New Zealand?
Is it?
Like animated in New Zealand?
I know Power Rangers.
I think Weta Workshop animates VeggieTales.
I know that Power Rangers is made in New Zealand.
Let me just search that with my mechanical keyboard.
Lunch, why don't you ever sign up to be on a Power Rangers series in New Zealand? You'd be great.
I don't know if that is a thing anymore.
Well, they made Ninja Steel, so Power Rangers is still going. They're making a Power Rangers fighting game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but I mean, in New Zealand?
I thought they went to New Zealand for cost-saving measures. Did they stop doing New Zealand stuff now? Really? Gosh darn it.
New Zealand's cancelled.
I just really want to see you as the Blue Ranger, or the Black Ranger, or the Red Ranger, or the Pink Ranger, or the White Ranger.
Power Rangers, I'm pretty sure it seems like it's before my time or something. I never saw it on TV.
Basically, Lunch, I want to see you as any ranger except for yellow.
What's wrong with being the Yellow Ranger?
Because I don't think you would look good in yellow.
Okay. What?
Let's just ignore.
Why can't I look good in yellow?
Let's just ignore your freaking where is it? Your self-portrait where you wear a yellow jacket.
What is my color, Dizzy?
Your color
I have to know.
I don't know. Your color is anything but yellow. DSY doth
It's not
decree
very specific. I'm out there in the social marketplace, you know, trying to make an impression.
DSY doth
apparently
decree
I've been wearing my wrong color. Okay. Well, that's pretty easy then.
Well, if I say don't wear yellow, does that mean wear yellow? Because what I say is weird and confusing. Maybe this is reverse psychology to get you into the Yellow Ranger outfit.
Well, maybe. I don't know if you're that crafty though. Look, I just it's hard to tell to like properly judge your own appearance.
Well, I mean, like you.
So I trust you more than me.
Oh well, don't, because I've seen your face, but that's pretty much the extent.
Well, my face is pretty fucking important.
Well, yeah.
Because they see what my skin tone is, what my hair tone is. You should get an idea of what I might look good in.
Yeah, you're actually the one who is the most open with how you look out of all of us because you've put your face on YouTube and none of the rest of us have.
Yeah, I just kind
I
of
still need to
I
eat
did
that
it a
toast. I
while
completely
ago.
forgot about that. I lost a bet. I forgot about that.
What, you lost the bet?
I
What
never.
was the bet?
I bet that when GT Goku came out, that Super Saiyan 4 wouldn't be a part of it, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
wrong.
well, you were so wrong. Of course, I gotta put in Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
I was
That's like
saying,
his
well,
whole thing.
well, I was saying that he might not have a part of it because hypothetically, Super Saiyan 4 Goku was going to be his own character, and that was
Oh,
wrong.
true. Well, there you go. How did you just randomly think of that? We were just talking about like yellow shirts and stuff.
Because I have to show my face to show you that the proof that I ate the
Oh,
wasabi toast.
okay, audience. We made a bet a while ago about DLC in a Dragon Ball game, and it doesn't matter. But now Dizzy has to make a video where he eats wasabi toast, which means he'll
Yeah,
be exposing his identity
I was supposed
to
to
the
do
world.
that like months ago. I forgot. Anyways, yeah, I'll be exposing my face so you can all find out where I am and beat me up with clubs for hating Persona 5, which isn't even true.
I just see. I'm not like that worried about that kind of thing because I don't think anyone wants to do that. I I don't know. I feel like I just don't really have a problem with people knowing who I am. Like,
Well, I feel like this is a conversation that shouldn't be on cast, but I was gonna say like the reason I have such a fear about it is because the first 10 years of my life was spent with everyone around me, from friends, family, school, and everyone just saying like, "Don't go on the internet. It's full of nothing but bad people that want to track you down and do things to you." So I got really paranoid.
yeah, right. I mean that was a very pervasive idea
And
back when we were kids.
I
But
never
but
grew out
now
of
like
it.
I mean, sure. Well, I mean, you get programmed, I guess, or a
Yeah,
lot of
so
people
that's
do.
why.
And like, it's not like there's no danger in showing who I am online. Like people who make a career out of YouTube or something, they'll often get harassed and like doxxed and targeted by people. So like, it's not nothing to put your information out there. But at the same time, like, well, first of all, I want to make videos and have an online presence that is like attached to my identity. And two, like I even do like freelance work and stuff and like animate for people sometimes.
Mhm.
And I feel like people need to know who I am if I'm gonna advertise myself.
Lunch,
See, I don't know.
I have a very specific question for you, and I'm very sorry to cut you off.
Sure.
Do we want to cut all this out of the episode, or do we want to leave it in?
Who cares? Fuck it.
All right. Well,
It's
anyways,
episode 50. Doesn't matter.
yeah, it's not like we've had 49 previous episodes for this, and we've been doing it for almost a year or anything.
Look, what time is it in your time zone?
Oh, it's like 6.
Right, it's 6. So we're doing the show.
Yes.
The show where we talk about yellow shirts and cyber safety.
Well,
I mean, I guess I'm not gonna put my cell phone number in the public eye or anything.
Someone
but like,
put a number up on publicly, and being a stupid person I am, was like, "Oh, hey, you forgot to remove your cell phone number when you uploaded this Twitch live stream to YouTube." And then I got a bunch of comments saying, "It's a dummy number, you dip." And I was like, "Oh," and I felt stupid.
oh.
I
Well,
was
you're
like,
just trying to be
"Oh."
a good Samaritan.
I felt like a
You know.
doofus though, because I was like,
But
well, it should have been obvious because he's a jokey kind of guy. Of course he wouldn't put up his real phone number.
that's true. Oh yes, but look, nothing wrong. It's okay if you're a little naive, if you're trying to do the right thing. Because what if he had actually fucked up? Then he'd be like, "Shit, my life is screwed."
His life was screwed the moment he got a cat that started jumping on his refrigerator and knocking stuff off of it.
Fuck, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, sometimes. What are we talking about this week?
What are we talking about this week? Well,
Yeah.
we were meant to be talking about what we like in video games.
Yeah, let's have a positive episode instead of talking about how some poor Twitch streamer has an uncooperative cat.
Okay, well, I'm sure the animal is loved and treasured.
The animal is loved and treasured. It just doesn't reciprocate.
But he isn't. Yeah, that's the problem. Well, that's kind of the thing with cats. Not that cats don't love anyone, but like you, like a dog's love is more. Dogs are just so they have so much love that they just like I just have to give it to everybody. Uh, and cats are more like selective and more like marching to the beat of their own drum.
Do you
And
remember
so
that?
like you can love a fucking cat and it won't necessarily give you the time of day.
Is this why cats in Animal Crossing are so mean to you when dogs are just really friendly?
I mean that makes sense.
I wouldn't know
But
because
it's
I've only had cats in my towns. I've never seen a dog in Animal Crossing aside from Isabeau and Digby, and no one likes
yeah, but
Digby.
they're not. Yeah, man. Imagine like talk about living in your sibling's shadow, man.
Just get out of
Wait,
here,
they're
Digby.
wait, are they siblings? They're siblings, right?
They're siblings. Yeah, Digby's
Even
the
though they're
little
like different
brother.
like breeds.
They should have had a
I guess
they should have had a Digby Echo Fighter for Isabel. Isabeau.
no, they shouldn't have. People be like, "Who is this? Did they invent this character just for Smash Brothers?" Seriously, who? No one gives a fuck about Digby. Look, I'm not about bullying. Okay, I'm certainly not about bullying puppies. But, but okay, I might actually be doing that. Never mind.
Digby is the Luigi to Isabeau, except he's not because Luigi has a mansion. Digby's just forever cursed. This is the worst episode ever. I'm sorry, Digby.
Oh my god, he's attached to like what? Some fucking street pass functionality or something? Like he's got to be out of a job.
Oh, poor Digby.
He was
I'm sorry.
invented to represent something that doesn't exist anymore, right?
Yeah.
Man, out of here.
And then
But,
a wolf in Chaos Town wants to kill him. That was a reference.
I don't know what that
get.
means. I don't even get it. I'm the only other person on this show.
Well, yeah.
That's a very limited audience for that joke.
Anyways, what do you think would be? Does Animal Crossing have a Pokemon character? Because I know it has Ganondorf from Legend of Zelda, because Ganondorf is a pig, and then they have
What? Sorry, what? Ganondorf is in Animal Crossing? What are you talking about?
yeah. Apparently, if you buy a Ganondorf amiibo, then you can put him in New Leaf, and you'll have a character whose name is Ganon, who looks like Ganondorf as an Animal Crossing character. But
What?
yeah, I saw this on
Oh my
Vinny's live
god.
stream. Although
That's
he
insane.
he doesn't act really like he doesn't have like a specifically personalized
Oh,
personality,
well, if
but
he acted
he
like Ganon, then like it would be a bummer. Because I mean, shit, he would be
he
like,
I think the prideful personality set, I believe, which is fitting for
oh,
Ganondorf, but yeah, and he looks like him, but he has no super demonic powers and he's not trying to take over anything. He's just silly. And
you
I
know, in
guess they put
Ocarina of Time, where like you get the Master Sword and you age up 7 years and you come outside and like everything's dead.
yeah.
I feel like that's like I wouldn't trust having a Ganon fucking NPC on my Animal Crossing town because I'd like close the DS, come back a couple years later, and just everyone would be zombies.
Well, if he came back a few years later, would it be because Ganondorf killed them or because you left them?
Oh jeez, I don't know, just from neglect.
Ganondorf's like, I may have destroyed them, but you didn't stop me.
Well, look,
All you had to do
I've
was
been
sign
away.
in and pay the microtransactions.
Oh no,
Isabel's
I've been
just the
gone for
last.
5 years. Elect a new mayor. You should have a search warrant out for me. Maybe you guys don't care about me. We left your chair just for you.
Isabel's just like distraught. She's like still sitting on the mayor chair. You walk in the office. She's like, "Hey, mayor, I was keeping your seat warm for you like you asked. I haven't moved from the spot in 5 years. I'm really thirsty."
You know how long that is in dog years? uh,
She's like, "Hey, can I die now? I'm actually I'm just tying my soul to my body just through sheer force of will because I'm that much of an assistant.
yeah,
I'm that devoted
once
to
you
being."
return, I can finally move on to dog heaven. You know,
I'd say
you
Digby's
like open
waiting
the
for
game
me,
up
but
and
he's not.
he's not there. He's in
Digby
the
is
other
the only
place.
survivor. He's just been
Oh,
standing in the same spot forever. It's like, how are you still here, Digby? It's like, oh, I died well before the world ended. I've been a ghost before. I've been a ghost since you met me.
I was always dead inside. Man, we're just fucking going all in on this character, but like,
Digby for Smash. Hey, we were talking about Steve and Smash and why I don't think that'd work. Let's talk about why Digby would be great for Smash.
okay, first of all, we need way more male representation in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. There's just not enough testosterone to go around, you know. There's 70 characters. We could get at least one more boy.
Do you think Digby has testosterone to go around, though? Have you seen Digby?
Okay, excellent point. He does not exactly exude, you know, masculine power, but he wears a nice red outfit. He's in red, right?
I think so, yeah. When he's not wearing his yellow raincoat.
Well, I don't even know what he wears anymore.
He wears red. I think he has a red hoodie. I might be wrong though. I'm gonna Google it.
Okay. Well, there you go. You've got alternate costume potential right there. You can wear a red jacket, a yellow jacket. Maybe one of those isn't canon and we made it up, but he can have them. Wouldn't be the first time they just made shit up for alternate costumes in Smash.
Oh yeah, Digby wears a red suit.
There you go.
He wears
See?
a red suit.
He's
with
iconic.
A yellow
I
tie.
could remember that. Oh, we're both right.
Wow, he looks like super freaking professional and like all this fan work stuff, and he has this
Wow.
face that says, "Wow, I've been abandoned by the world."
Oh.
And a lot of people are apparently shipping Isabeau with KK Slider.
Well, I guess they're both dogs.
I guess.
And you could, I can kind of see it because like she's like, you know, it's like an opposites attract kind of thing because she's like this very tidy, like, you know,
God, cursed image.
secretary. What did you see?
Never mind. Let's move on. Moving on.
No, I didn't finish getting into how compatible these two characters are. But
Well, I mean, they're both dogs, but aside from that, I have a hard time seeing them together.
look, she's like, you know, book smart, bookworm and stuff, and you know, life is very orderly, and he's like cool artist guy who's like just fucking sits there and sings a cool song, and she's like, whoa, he's so free. And he's like, whoa, she's so cute because she's like trying so hard to but like it doesn't work out in the end because their lifestyles aren't very compatible.
Well, I
But
was
it's
thinking
a fun
that
short-term thing.
I think if Isabeau and KK Slider did hook up, they would have a child named Joe Dogro Cujo, and he would have a stand, and he would team up with his grandfather to beat up a 100-year-old vampire.
That
was a JoJo joke.
I it's a joke.
Because
Yeah,
Isabeau's kind of like Holly, and Jotaro's father was a musician, so...
look, I only saw
You know
the
my
first
joke
two...
is great because I have to explain it like 5 seconds
No,
after
it's
I've made
okay.
it.
I only saw the first 2 arcs of JoJo. So I don't know what you're talking about. I saw Jonathan Joestar and
Are you excited for Jonathan in Smash?
Dude, if Jonathan Joestar was put in Smash Bros, that'd be sick. What's the second one called? I forgot. The second JoJo.
Joseph?
That I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Man,
Weren't they making
JoJo's
a
Bizarre
JoJo
Adventure
game?
is so... I'm sure there are millions of them.
Well, there
are definitely a lot of them.
There's Heritage for the Future, which Joel from Vinesauce really likes. Then there's All-Star Battle, which is it's alright. I played it. It's pretty alright. And then there's Eyes of Heaven, which is meh.
Like, I just feel like I'm out of my depth to talk about JoJo because I didn't even get to stands. There are no stands in the first 2 story arcs. And whenever anyone's talking about JoJo, it's about stands. What would your stand be? Like, what the fuck is a stand?
All a stand is fucking... Really,
no,
stands
I know,
are
it's
shorthand
like having
for
a big,
anything.
It's like, well, generally it's having a big, like, cool, muscly ghost man next to you that does cool shit, right?
Generally, but stands have basically openly been described as being anything.
I
It
mean, that
doesn't
does not
really
surprise. Like the
you
way this guy
like
writes his story, I'm not
yeah.
remotely surprised that Stans can be whatever the fuck he feels like.
One person's stand is a sheet of manga paper. Another person's stand is feet.
It's
Like
just feet.
yeah, one
I don't know.
person's
Wait, why is the paper less surprising than feet? I don't
it's,
know.
it's-
I don't
one
know,
guy's
man.
stand is like is a voice in his head that gives him good luck.
It's a what?
Yeah, there's some guy who has like a stand that's like lucky intuition or something like that, or it's like a voice that
That's
tells
like
him the
not.
right.
That's like a concept. It's like a feeling. What the?
I don't
I thought it would at
flippin'
least have to be like a
know.
physical like entity.
No,
My
it's like
stand
a
is good luck.
kind of yeah. It's
My
like a
stand is
thing.
just like a feeling, you know? Like you just sense it. It's just like you close your eyes and it's there.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works. I don't remember the specifics because I didn't read that arc, but I'm pretty sure that's how it worked. This guy had a stand that was literally just good luck. And then you have the Danganronpa character Nagito Komaeda, who played Russian roulette with 5 bullets in the chamber, and he won.
What? How do we get on Danganronpa? I also haven't played Danganronpa. And how do
Danganronpa
we get
is.
on this?
I'm just
It.
talking about games. I'm just going at a breakneck pace talking about games, and also I've been watching the Danganronpa anime. My thoughts on the anime
Okay.
are it sucks.
Okay, I will skip the anime.
You should. Danganronpa really works so much better when it's just 3 games. The anime is really bad.
I'll play the game, sure. I like. I really liked Ace Attorney back in the day, but I fell off after 5, because I kind of hate it.
Yeah,
And now
a
I
lot
don't
of
really
people said
care
they
about
don't
the
like
canon.
5.
Yeah, yeah. There's stuff to like about it. It was like enjoyable, but I really don't like. I guess what it does to the continuity feels like Phoenix Wright's character gets dialed back to like he gets like kind of it's like a soft reboot almost. Like the entire plot of the 4th game is invalidated because now the court system works how it used to for no reason. Phoenix Wright doesn't like act really like very believably like the same guy from Apollo Justice. Um and like there's a bunch of weird fan service that like it
Yeah.
seems to show a lack of like confidence in just making a new start. Like the fact that the final case is between Phoenix Wright and
version.
Edgeworth is ridiculous because those characters don't have anything to do with the story.
Resistors. Just
But
talk
it's
about
like,
Persona
oh,
5.
it's the
Resistors. Talk
it's
about Persona 5. Resistors. Talk about Persona 5.
it's like the story's being like fucking climaxed by characters that it's not even about them. Like really, it should have been Apollo Justice too. Phoenix Wright doesn't really need to be there, and
I've heard a lot of
I
people
don't
say
know.
that Ace Attorney 6 is basically Apollo Justice 2, but that always kind of rubbed me the wrong way because I'm going, then why isn't it called Apollo Justice 2? Like,
Well, I
why is
never played
Phoenix
that
still
one.
here? It's kind of a
Yeah,
thing. Is
well,
that
that's
like
the thing that bothers me. There's not confidence in the brand and like the product. It's like, okay, well, it's Apollo Justice 2, but we have to call it a Phoenix Wright game. So for the
we have to
name
put Phoenix Wright
recognition,
in it? We have to put
it's just
Phoenix
like a
Wright in
shame
it for the
seeing
very
us.
first case and the very last case when he does nothing and takes away from the other characters that the story is about.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, it's me. I'm the guy in the blue suit on the box. It's lame. Like I like this. It's one thing for something like Mario to get stuck in a rut and keep like returning to the same iconography because you know at least it's just a game, but like it's just about jumping on shit. But like in Ace Attorney, the whole draw is like the story and the world that I'm being sucked into, and so like if it feels like the world is like contriving itself to fit like a marketable product, it really takes me out of it. So like I honestly like I haven't really even been interested in playing Ace Attorney 6 because of 5. Which is a shame. The original games are just so like creative and weird. And not all of it's amazing. Some of it is turn out Big Top or whatever, which is underrated. Yeah, I don't
Didn't
know.
they bring Pearl and Maya back too?
Yeah, well, apparently the newest one has
and
Maya again,
Gumshoe?
which should be an epic idea. But I feel like
It's like we can't move past the past. We gotta just keep going.
Doesn't like
gonna
Phoenix Wright receive a letter from Maya in Dual Destinies, but it plays like Trucy's theme music or something? I was like, what the fuck? Put her song in there. What is going on? Even the fan service is wrong. Anyway, I brought up Ace Attorney because because you're talking about Danganronpa. I kind of like the idea of playing another game that is action-y, visual novel-y.
I don't know if you would like Danganronpa personally, because Danganronpa.
It's worth a shot. I'll give it a shot.
Danganronpa really makes its
999
name in
was
making you.
okay.
Well, Danganronpa really makes its name in making the player feel like shit. So that's why I'm wondering about it.
I can take it. It's just a video game. What's the worst it can do to me? I'll fucking.
Oh, well, in that case, you need to play V3.
I don't know what that is.
Well, V3 is the third installment of the series, but it can also be played first.
That is really weird. That is intriguing. But I'm going to play them in release order if I play them.
Yeah. Sure. You should play 1 before 2, but 3 can be played in any order.
I think I'll just play the first one. I might just play the first one, honestly. We'll see. I hope I like it.
Well, I
really like aspects of 999. So like I know that there are other games like this that I've enjoyed, but it's been a while since I've played something like that.
People have told me to play 999, but that game has a scary eyeball on the front cover, and that makes me think, oh geez, I can't play this game. It'll be too spooky.
It's pretty spooky, I gotta say.
Yeah, I can't play Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion, so I don't think 999 would be a good game for me.
I don't know what that is, but that's a hilarious title.
Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. Oh, right. God, I just remembered I never published the video where I was talking with Tar about Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. I was going to post it as a bros banter. God. But, like, yeah, I was talking about him with it, and I was saying the reason why I can't play this game is because it's, like, a living nightmare for me. Even though it's supposed to be, like, funny and cute and stuff, and kind of taking the piss out of, like, horror games. Like, it deliberately kind of makes, like, parodies of creepypastas and a bunch of different horror games, like Dead Space and Silent Hill and stuff. But I was like, I legitimately am afraid of this game.
But it's scary anyway.
I'm legitimately
by aping
afraid.
All these things.
Because I hate I hate tight corridors. I hate running through tight corridors with a thing chasing me. I don't care if the thing has a happy face or not. It scares me.
Yeah, I'm not really a huge horror guy myself.
I don't want to die.
No, I would say 999 is more of a thriller with horror like elements here and there. Definitely a few parts are meant to be like spooky, but overall it's more of a thriller. The characters are really good, the writing's really good. It's got this magnificently intricate plot
it sounds like I should try it.
So that's cool. There were a few things that definitely got in my way of enjoying it, which is that I don't really like the puzzles, which is a lot of the game. The puzzles and it's not because they're exactly bad puzzles most of the time, but they just like they're for a different kind of brain. They're very like just very logical puzzles that like I don't find very interesting. They're a bit abstract, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll just do this to see the story. And there's a lot of replaying segments, but the story is great. So if you're interested based on that description, I'd definitely recommend it. I'm yet to play its sequels.
Well, story, it does have a big thing to me. Story is actually part of why I wanted us to talk about things that we like in games, because I wanted to like get your take on my opinions of stories.
Sure, because I can talk about that.
Because I was gonna say is that like, okay, I have to bring up the cursed game very briefly.
Okay.
Where it's like I rag on Persona 5 a lot for having like a bad story and bad characters and stuff. Like I do this frequently. Like I've done it since episode like 15. But like that doesn't mean I want every story to be like the freaking Count of Monte Cristo or something. It's like, and I was gonna say too, is that I'm actually quite fond of very basic stories. Like in Pokemon, you have very simple like hero versus villain roles most of the time. Sun and Moon notwithstanding. X and Y definitely withstanding. I don't care what Got says. Lysander is a bad villain. Goodbye, friendship. I burned it. I burned 3 years of friendship in 2 minutes.
Um, yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
it's like
I definitely like story in games. Like,
I don't need the
uh,
story in the game to be like this super deep, complicated thing that's giving you messages and life lessons and stuff. I just want it to make sense. That's my standard. That's it. That's all I want. I just want the story to make sense, to be well told, and to have characters that are likable. And it doesn't necessarily need a happy ending. I like them, but also if your ending feels like it was deserved, like I mentioned this when talking to Tar, that the witch's house has a really depressing ending, but it's an ending that feels deserved, that everything was building up to. So it's like, I don't like it personally, but I also appreciate how much went into it. I don't like these crappy feelings it left me with, but it was made to leave me with these crappy feelings. And it's that
yeah.
stuff. I'm
No, I'm definitely I definitely get a lot of enjoyment out of stories that can make you feel shitty.
I
Like, which is sounds like a weird statement, but like
yeah.
a couple years ago, I made a video where I talked about the games I played in 2017, I think it was, and one of my favorite games of that year was Emily is Away, which is super depressing, but it's such a well told story, where like I guess what I want from a story is to not be thinking of it in a detached sense. I want to be like in the story. I want to,
Yeah, that's a good way of
I
putting it.
just want it to capture me. I just want to be like really in those feelings. Because a lot of stories, it's like characters say some stuff. I'm like, okay, I guess I got to go over there, and it's like more just like, I don't know, just to justify what I'm doing. Uh, just you know, so we can have a new background. But if I'm like really in the moment, then hell yeah, that's awesome. And like a lot of my favorite games are my favorite games because they can do that. Um, so like I love like Dragon Age Origins and the Mass Effect trilogy, and this is a controversial one, but I love Heavy Rain. Um, fuck man, like yeah,
Have
it
you
doesn't
seen?
have to be a certain type
Mm.
of story, really, as long as I'm like engaged.
Whenever someone brings up Heavy Rain, I want to say something, but then I'm like, wait, you like that game, so I wonder if you seeing this would lessen it for you. Hmm.
I don't know if
I
it's
was gonna
about
say,
plot holes, then like I don't
no,
really
no,
care.
it's
I'm
not about
aware that
plot
there are plot
holes.
holes in that game.
No, it was that someone
I mean,
put
you
up a
can try
YouTube
me.
video of
I I
YouTube
love
video
Heavy
of
Rain.
someone put up a YouTube video of some of the cutscenes, but they ramped up the facial animations to like 500%, so the models are just freaking out.
Okay, that sounds
It's
hilarious, but I also don't want to see it. Just because,
yeah, because
like,
I'm wondering.
well, like I don't want to think about Heavy Rain in
Yeah,
general, just because, like, I like it consumed my life for like the time that I played it, and then it's just like now it's like a cool memory to me. So I don't want to like think about what
yeah.
it
I feel
looked
like
like.
looking at this might tarnish the memory a little bit because you'd be
I
like,
think looking
"Oh,
at
here's
a
the
normal
serious
cutscene
scene."
of it would tarnish the memory because it's a really weird looking game. Like it animates really weird. It controls really clunky. I though like, and when I was in the moment, it was like these all added towards the sense of that like it was this kind of weird almost realism where things are a bit off, which like that was really engaging to me for some reason. But I'm sure if I looked at it again out of context, I'd be like, what the fuck is this game?
Yeah,
Um,
people
I
who
don't.
never liked Heavy Rain to begin with can laugh at the 500% facial animations, but people who
Yeah,
like the game probably shouldn't watch it because it might mess with you a bit. It might like, oh well, that's here's this really serious scene with the characters spazzing out all over the place,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
like,
Sounds
oh,
great, but
they're
not for me. That's like a
yeah,
10 out of 10 game for me. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I find how to articulate what I like in game stories. I guess. Hmm. I guess I like one of the main things is for me to be immersed in the world, so that's presented well. Um, I
You know what?
want my motivations as a player to line up with my motivations in the story, hopefully.
Yeah.
Uh,
Some games,
and
I never played Braid, but I heard that Braid does like really, really good storytelling and like
I
motivations and
would like
stuff.
to. I've never played Braid, but
I
that
think it
makes
was
me more
Braid.
interested in it. I mean, that was like an indie darling when it came out, like one of the first indie darlings.
Yeah, that game's pretty old
Indies
now.
weren't being taken. Yeah, right. Like
Yeah,
indies weren't this huge like part of the industry like they are now. Back when Braid came out and was a thing.
Yeah, I
Like
won't.
people saw it as pretentious. I think partially, and I think part of it was just because it was like a smaller game trying to be artsy.
I don't think I can play Braid because, well, I'm not sure actually. Because when it was brand new, I watched and it was all the rage. I watched a full playthrough of it, so I found I saw the entire story,
Oh yeah,
and but it's been so long that maybe I could play Braid since all I remember is like, the big stuff. I'm not gonna tell you anything that happened, but I will say that yeah, I remember that. Like I kind of went into it like not knowing what to expect, and I came out of it going like, oh wow, that was really good.
right. Yeah, well, if you play it now, I don't think it'll be the same as if you had a blind playthrough. I don't think that's possible, but I think it could still be
Yeah,
enjoyable.
the
As like a different way of engaging with it.
I wonder
But
if
I
it's still
think it
on
would be
Steam.
hard to get into that state of being super immersed. Like like I'm not very good at. I don't really like replaying games for the story very much. Like I recently, not recently, like a year or two ago, I replayed the Mass Effect trilogy, and I just felt detached. Like when I was super engaged when I first played those games, but when I knew everything that was going to happen and could see like the seams in like the product, like
Mm.
I just wasn't in it, which was unfortunate.
Well, the unfortunately, as with most things, the first time is the best time.
Yeah,
The
and
first
that's
time
like
you play it
okay,
when you
honestly.
have like the
That's part of
mis.
why I don't really want to look at that Heavy Rain video where it's like,
Yeah.
um, Heavy Rain was really cool for that time, and it doesn't need to like. Do I have to feel? I don't feel like I have to try and squeeze more juice out of it. It's like, well, it was epic for 10 hours. Cool. I have a good memory.
That was 10 hours.
I think it's been a while though since I played it. I feel like it was about 10 hours.
Mm.
Someone fact check that.
I'll fact check it
um,
because I don't want you to look it up and then be like, "Oh no, I'm seeing screenshots."
it's not that bad, but I don't care that much. The point is, it
Mm.
was enjoyable while it happened.
You know what game you need to play, Lunch? I think they put it on
What's
Steam
that?
actually. You got to play Yakuza Kiwami, I believe is what it was called. It's a remake of Yakuza 1 with updated like visuals and gameplay, but it's the same
Well,
it's the same exact story.
I've heard that it has similarities to Shenmue, and while I haven't beaten Shenmue because halfway through the forklift section, a car
Mhm.
crashed into a power pole outside of my house and it caused a power cut and I lost a bunch of progress. I like that game. I think it's really cool. So something like Shenmue would be neat.
Well, I'm not sure if it's like Shenmue because I hear two things where I hear people say Yakuza is similar to Shenmue, and then I hear other people say I don't get why people compare Yakuza and Shenmue. So I don't know. I've played Yakuza 0, which I really like. Uh,
Well,
I really
I'll give
like
it a shot
0.
anyway.
Well, Kiwami is on Steam actually. I just googled it, and it's
Oh,
20
cool.
bucks. It's 20 bucks in
Oh, not bad
American currency, so I have no idea how
in
expensive
your
it is for
money.
you. But
Yeah, which is a bit
Kiwami
more.
Kiwami is a remake of the very first game. 0 is a prequel to the very first game, so I think you should play Kiwami or Yakuza Kiwami.
Right.
I'm saying the name wrong. Watch everybody hate me because I'm saying the name wrong.
Who
You're
cares, man?
Asian. How do you get this wrong?
you know, come on,
But yeah,
man.
I think
Make
you'll
the
like
team
it.
look bad.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah. Well,
I
I'd
think
like
it's
to
a
give it
good
a shot if it's
story.
got a good story. Yeah.
It's a good
It doesn't
story,
actually
good
have to be like
gameplay. It's
Shenmue.
fun.
It's pretty
There's
hard
no
to imagine
forklift.
anything being like
I
Shenmue.
can promise you that there's no forklift.
Like the forklift section in Shenmue was all right. The problem was that I didn't get to save halfway through it, and I was like, I'm not. Look, it's fun to do the. It's interesting and novel to have a part-time job as a forklift operator the first time, but I'm not about to replay this section. Fuck you. Damn you, guy who crashed into a power pole outside of my house.
It reminds me of
You ruined Shenmue.
It reminds me of JonTron from Game Grumps, where he was like, I ordered an IKEA bookshelf, and then the IKEA delivery man crashed his truck into my apartment.
That oh god, that's an amazing fucking bit. Oh man.
Did you just drive your truck into my building? No, it wasn't me. It
Yeah.
was my brother.
Yeah. Good times, simple times.
I guess now I have to
Okay,
play Yakuza for footage.
another thing about game stories. Um I feel like a lot of that like getting me immersed in it comes down to like just good
Oh,
sound. Um like I was playing Dragon Quest the other day, and like I went on the beach, and suddenly my character was making crunchy sand footstep noises, and then I was like instantly more in it. It's um, or like the music that sets the tone and stuff like Ori and the Blind Forest or Hollow Knight, um, definitely gets you super like in the world, and more receptive to whatever story they want to give you.
Yeah, yeah, like how your character interacts with the world oftentimes feels like a big thing too, because it's like that's the thing too is that sometimes when you have a character walk on like the beach or on the grass and then you make noises, that can be really good. But if the noises are too loud, then it's like, oh, you screwed up. Or if
Yeah,
they're too
yeah, that would be
distracting.
weird. There
And
are
if you
lots of
make
like subtle things you can do, like in Shenmue,
Mhm.
like when you go into your house, uh, the guy takes his shoes off, and then you just walk around the house in socks, and just that little the fact that they bothered to put that in,
Mhm.
like, gives it like a sense of realism.
Except over here in the states where we just wear our shoes everywhere. Screw your carpet.
I'm a Jandals guy personally. This is not related at all anymore to what we were
No,
talking
it's
about,
not. I'm just
but I wear Jandals everywhere, in most situations. It probably doesn't make me look super, refined, but I don't know. It's my jam.
I like that in Pokemon X and Y you can change your entire look down to your shoes and socks. You can wear shoes
Okay,
and
now
boot.
now see now we're talking about video games again. Great.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
Uh,
we went from Shenmue to Pokemon X and Y.
okay, shifting subject a little bit.
Shifting
I fucking
subject.
love being able to change my appearance in games. Like, I like Fable 3,
Mm.
probably probably one of the least good games I have gotten to the end of. Well, actually, not anymore since I played all those Sonic games, but it's up there in terms of bad games that I've beaten. But part of why I got that far is that there's so many new outfits and you can dye them different colors, and God, it was just fucking dress up game for me. I just play the story to see what cool new jacket I would get.
Yeah,
That shit's great.
like it's oddly fun to play dress up in video games. Whenever I played Dark Souls, for example. I know man Shenmue to Pokemon to Dark Souls.
Hey
Slow
man, it's
down,
a
Dizzy.
gaming episode.
But it's like whenever I play Dark Souls, I dedicate so much time to Fashion Souls. I'm like,
Fashion sauce.
is this sword weaker than my current sword? Yes. Does it look better? Yes. Goodbye, current sword. Oh, this helmet is
That's always the
awesome.
fucking struggle. What was I gonna say? I saw that in one of the Dragon Quests on DS. You can not only can you fully customize your character, but you can customize all of the party members that you pick up. So you name and customize everybody. I'm just thinking, I better not play that game because I will just fucking get lost turning the entire cast into like my friends and family.
You'll get lost turning the entire cast into the members of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if you listen to that band.
I are they who I think they are?
I don't actually know. I just grabbed a random band that my father
Yes,
listens to.
okay. They are the guys who do September. Got it. Do you remember? Do 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 do. There you go. I don't know the words.
Yes. Now I'll get copyright struck by them for singing.
It's okay. I didn't know the words. I guess, do you get copyright stricken if you sing a song incorrectly? You like forget how it goes a little bit.
I got a copyright claim on a video by the music industry for having music that wasn't theirs in my video. So
This isn't even yours.
yeah, it was really stupid.
Oh my god.
And you know what's funny? The person
What?
who actually owned the song also gave me a copyright claim.
Motherfucker.
But they,
What's everyone got against your channel?
well,
Is the music industry afraid of the truth bombs that you're gonna drop
no,
on Atlas?
it was during a stream.
Huh.
I don't play any music in most of my videos because every time I play music, I always get copyright struck. I was listening to Yu-Gi-Oh! Brains' intro with the wind, and then I got two claims on it.
Damn.
Let me go ahead and
If
tell
you
you.
if you look on the YouTube, fucking on YouTube, there's like an audio library where it's got all this free music and free sound effects, which I use pretty frequently. Mostly the sound effects, but like if you just want background music for some video you're making, that'd work.
Well, typically it's my streams that get taken down because I'm just
Right.
listening to music in the background. So
And no one is listening to royalty free music in the background while they're while they're doing whatever it is they're
I
doing
got
on a
I
stream.
got a claim
Just fuck
for
that.
elevator music once.
God damn it! Everybody owns something. Can't
Everybody,
just enjoy our products. Yeah, sometimes my Twitch streams get muted,
you know what?
but I never remember what I was listening to that got muted. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, you
Probably
listen to a lot of
Hamilton.
songs. You never listen to the songs I sent you though, except that one time I sent you the soundtrack of Devil Summoner.
Well, you always send me epic fucking.
I'm sending you,
and I'm like,
yeah, when you want
trying
to
to draw.
You're always trying to
Trying
chill.
Draw cute children.
Well,
And like if I'm listening to that, they're all gonna have devil teeth and stuff.
well, not always. You know, that's why I sent you the soundtrack to Devil Summoner, because despite the super punk metal Japanese name of Devil Summoner, it actually has like a super subdued soundtrack.
Well, you can't fault me there. I didn't fucking know. I just saw Devil Summoner.
Yeah, I know.
I was
I'm
like,
not faulting you.
Good. I
And
don't
then
want to
there's
be faulted.
Then there's the sequel to Devil Summoner, Soul Hackers, which also has a pretty subdued soundtrack, but actually I don't think that'd be a good song for you to listen to either while drawing children, because it has a creepy theme. It's like horror rock.
No. Okay.
Then you'll just be drawing a bunch
That's
of
a
scared
genre?
kids.
Shit.
Well, no,
Yeah,
it
no,
might
I
be
want
a
to.
genre, but I made it
Well,
up.
draw Happy Kids. That's
Yeah, it's
Wait, so we're talking about video games? I got
I'm
no
talking
idea.
we're talking about music now,
we're
music and video games, because we were talking about stories we
okay.
like. And I'm saying
Okay,
I like
music and games.
I like
I like
the
music.
I like the
I
soundtrack
like.
of Devil May Cry 5.
I want to play that.
Why do I have so many games in my libraries with the word devil in it? Devil Summoner, Digital Devil Saga, Devil May Cry.
I guess this is what happens when you grow up in a religious household. You just like lash out in your Steam library.
No, but
You
like
find all the most occult fucking shit you can find.
the funniest shit to me is that all these games aren't in any way like Satan positive. Like Devil May Cry 5 is Devil May Cry 5 is a game about 3 devil hunters beating the shit out of this like super demon guy for the sake of humanity. They're not they're not with him.
I mean, how many games are Satan positive? Is that a genre?
This game is pro Satan.
Oh boy, should be on the front of the box. This game is Satan positive.
I have to ask Try, or I have to ask you to like draw like one of those really crappy fake stickers that says like for the thumbnail that says this episode is Satan positive.
Should that be on the thumbnail for the 50th episode? I don't know. You know what's crazy? I just had a thought. Like if Christianity was like the Greek mythology or something, and that it was like something that wasn't super widespread anymore and was mostly like, a past religion that you'd read about in school, then we would totally have video games like based on the fucking Bible. Like we'd have like AAA games where you're like about like Noah's Ark and shit, and like the tree of good and evil. Man.
Well,
but you can't do that because it's like a currently popular religion. But if it was one of those ones that fall out popularity, you'd be like seeing movies and fucking comic books and shit that like would be fucking with a lot more than we do currently, I think.
I can see that. I can't imagine it because of the world we live in, but I could see it happening. If we lived in that world where it had much less prevalence, and they're just but that also just reminds me.
Well, I mean, there would probably be like a Marvel superhero based on, Jesus or something, or Moses.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, there'd probably be a Jesus man in Marvel in the Avengers. Jesus would be in the Avengers if instead of Thor.
Oh.
It's an alternate history, alright? I'm just saying. I'm not making any judgments on anyone's religion. I'm just saying that like pop culture would have like minded for everything if it could do so without offending people.
Well, apparently on the PlayStation 2, there was like a Bible themed game show video game.
What does that even mean?
Well, I admit I've been bringing up the Vine Sauce Twitch streamers a lot, and I'm bringing them up again. One of them, Joel, played like it was some kind of Bible game called like "Do Unto Others," and it was like a Jeopardy style like game show. And I
Wow.
only remember this because apparently, if you keep answering questions without passing your turn on to someone else, you have a higher likelihood of getting completely screwed by this system called like Wrath of God, where you lose all your points. And then the guy who was
Wow.
playing the game just kept getting Wrath of Gods immediately. Like the game ended, everyone had
That
points in
blows.
the thousands, but he had like 2.
Dude.
Because he'd be like, all right, it's my turn. Like, pick any of these 7 categories. I'm picking this one. Oh no, you lose all your points. And he's like, no, no.
Okay, all right. Just real quick.
Yes.
Please remind me at some point to play an early 2000s Sonic fan game on stream sometime called Sonic Bible Adventures. It's a thing that exists. I just thought about it. I've been meaning to do a stream where I play really bad Sonic fan games from the early 2000s for a long time, and that's like at the top of my list.
That's just that is the greatest name I've ever heard for a video game. Oh
Sonic Bible
God.
Adventures. Seriously. I gotta download a bunch more of these and do a stream where I just play through them.
Sonic
That'll be
Bible
great.
Adventure.
It's coming soon. Coming soon to a Twitch stream near you.
Maybe I should play it for footage for this episode.
Perfect.
I'm not gonna. No, not
It's not-
happening.
It's also probably not long enough. It's probably a very short game. It's pretty early.
Oh, this.
But there's a bit where it's like there's like Sonic versus Goliath or whatever, and I don't remember what the.
Does he shoot himself out of a slingshot and kill him?
I don't remember. The graphics were very poor, is all I remember. Like really bad. The graphics were so bad. It's a classic. Early fan games, like before we like figured out how to like make gravity work, are so good.
Dude, just oh.
All
Speaking
the
of
MIDI
Sonic,
music.
speaking of Sonic stuff, do you remember? Did you ever see on Newgrounds when someone made like a Dragon Ball parody thing with Sonic, or a Dragon Ball style Sonic animated video that was a 3-parter where he fights some made up dude, and then him and Shadow do the fusion dance, and then they beat him up. And it's
That sounds like a million. I watched a lot of shit like that on Newgrounds when I was a kid. I'm sure I've seen. I don't know if I've seen that one, but like, there's this one I think called Sonic's Quest for Power, where like, he's just like getting more and more epic new forms, and like he like hangs out with like Wolverine and like other cool characters. God, man, I could do we could do a whole.
Didn't want me to.
No, but you reminded me of the fucking Dragon Ball Z Sonic Flash animations, which were the shit when I was a kid. They were the shit, dude. I gotta rewatch a bunch of those and then talk about them on podcast another time because they're wild. They're wild and they're epic, and there's just screaming and beams.
Maybe you should make one for old time's sake on the stream. Listen to some really super epic music, and then do some really some deliberately crappy Flash animation.
Oh shit! I don't know. I would get too into it though. I'd start trying to make it good.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you ever finish that Vegeta versus Lamont thing?
No, I need to. I kind of just like forgot about it and then never went back to it. But it's like half done. Like I could totally like if I had another stream where I just went all out on it, I could probably get it mostly finished.
Vegeta versus Shadow.
Yeah, fucking Vegeta versus Lamont is perfect.
What do you like? What do you like better?
I need to share it with the world.
What do you like better when Vegeta and Goku combine their attacks? Do you like Big Bang Kamehameha or Final Kamehameha?
I think Vegito is kind of stupid. Uh, I don't know. I don't think I don't know if either of those do a lot for me. Cause I mean, it's just combining two beams out of the same thing into a new beam that's the same thing. It's kind of cool. I guess I
Like,
like Big Bang better. I think his energy sword's
hey, me
cooler.
too.
I like his energy sword. That's a
That,
cool thing. That should have been used more often. I guess it was eventually.
yeah, what's his
Zamasu has it.
face? Zamasu is obsessed with the hand laser sword for some stupid reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just like a brutal kind of weapon. It's very violent,
Zama
stabby.
Goku Black is pretty cool in Dragon Ball Fighter Z. Goku Black is stupid and super.
I just think his voice acting in the Japanese version is great and sells the whole character. That's about my opinion on Goku Black.
I think I
Like,
need to jump off this topic really fast before I go insane talking about Goku Black and the Zamasu arc. I'm like frothing at the mouth. I'm like, ugh, ugh. Oh,
just
Dragon
look,
Ball Super
Dragon Ball Super is
Zamasu arc.
awful. Okay, it's just it sucks. But Zamasu arc's better than Tournament of Power.
Granted, I'll give you that
Easily.
one.
Easily better because it's a story.
I'll give you that one, but that's like saying, that's like, that's.
Okay.
Anyways, video games.
Video games, yeah. Well, we can talk about
What's a video game that you
fucking.
like that you don't think I should play because I wouldn't like it, as like you do? And you can't say Heavy Rain.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, a game that you like that you don't think would fit my tastes.
That's a good question. Because like I don't know how broad your tastes actually are.
My tastes are really, really weird because a lot of things I like have no real relation to one another. I guess I like RPGs, but it's like Pokemon and Persona, for example, have like nothing at all in common, and I like both of them. So
I guess you
my
don't.
tastes are kind of weird.
I guess you probably don't play Western RPGs, really.
No, not really.
Okay. I don't. It's hard to pick somewhere where it's like, oh, I don't think that person would like it, because I think if you try and enjoy more genres, you eventually will. If you slowly broaden your mind. I would assume you probably wouldn't like the Halo games. I like Halo.
I feel bad whenever I talk about Halo because before I found out you liked Halo, I love to make a lot of jokes at its expense, and then it's
I
like,
mean, you
oh,
can't.
you like Halo?
I
I
love
shouldn't
the.
make jokes at its expense anymore.
Well, there you go, Halo then. But I mostly just really like the multiplayer, and even then, like it took actually like buying one of them and like fucking actually trying in the multiplayer to like get a feel for it. It's the only shooter I've ever really felt that way about.
Yeah,
I generally don't like shooters.
I'm no good at
But
shooters.
Halo's fun. Halo 5 in particular is really fun, I think. But not the campaign. But dude, you should play some Western RPGs.
like Borderlands.
Does that count?
I don't know. Most
I thought that was just like a
Western
shoot
games that I
RPG.
hear about are first person shooters, and I'm not very good at first
Okay,
person shooters, so I don't tend to play them.
okay. So two of my favorite gaming franchises of all time are Dragon Age and Mass Effect, both Western RPGs. I mean, I'm only just starting really to get into Japanese RPGs, unless you count Fire Emblem. But fucking Dragon Age and Mass Effect just have really, really cool stories. You get to like influence what happens in the narrative. The lore is super deep. Oh my god, they're fucking great. Well, at least the first Dragon Age is really, really good, and then the other ones are alright.
I'll probably
Drag
at knowing me, I would be like, "Hey, lunch, I'm playing Dragon Quest, like you said," and you'll be saying, "What? What are you talking about?" I'll be like, "You told me to play more Western RPGs," and then you'll say, "Dragon Age, Dizzy Age."
Dragon Quest is like the most. It's Japanese as fuck. You'd have trouble mistaking that. It looks like Dragon Ball. There's no way you'd get that mixed up for Western. Dragon Quest is cool too, though. At
I want
least
to play
so
11, but I
far.
don't have. I have like $10, so I can't go buying 11.
Yeah, that sucks. Can't afford $10. Well, you can play the first one on an emulator like me. Oh god. I don't know. I really like 11. It seems to have come at like the right time for me. It's like it really feels like a kind of comfort food game where it's not super hard, but like it's engaging enough and the world's really enjoyable. But I don't know if I'd call it a must play. Like it's I'm really enjoying it, but it's not like The Last of Us or something.
The Last of Us.
That's a must play. That game's fucking sick.
Oh, sure, I'll get right on that.
Is that well? Do you like shoot? Is there any game about shooting that you like?
What? God dang it! I can't hear lunch anymore.
Are there any shooters that you like?
Shooters? I've played a couple, but I can't really think of too many personally.
Play The Last of Us. It's fucking incredible.
The Last of Us was made by the Uncharted people.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I'm a little bit squeaky about it, because I played Uncharted Drake's Fortune, which apparently is the quote-unquote bad one. Whatever that means.
My flatmate, he loves The Last of Us, and he also hates Uncharted, so like I wouldn't feel like they have to be too similar.
Alright.
And like he hates the second Uncharted too. Like he doesn't like Uncharted whatsoever. But he thinks The Last of Us is great.
But does he like Unearthed?
I don't know what that is.
That is the most stupidest in-joke that no one but me gets. Basically,
stop throwing these out, man.
I'm sorry. The basic gist of it is
like a second or third one.
You know, I'm not even going to bother explaining it. It's just a really silly Uncharted ripoff, is what it is. All right, there you go. There's your explanation. It was a really silly Uncharted ripoff.
All right, dude, play The Last of Us. The game's sick. Or don't. I don't fucking care.
You know what? You know what game you should play?
No.
Well, then, I mean, you should think about it more, because you have a lot of games you like playing. So.
I'm already playing too many games at once, man.
Well, then finish the ones you're playing. There you go. You have your answer now.
All right. Thanks.
I don't know.
I've got Dragon Quest XI. I've got The Witcher 3. I've got Pyre, which is fucking sick, by the way. Actually, that's pretty much it. But they're all decently meaty games with like cool characters and stories.
You were saying you wanted to play Devil May Cry 5.
Sorry?
You were saying you wanted to play Devil May Cry 5.
I do, but there's lots of games I want to play, man.
Well, Devil May Cry 5 is pretty short, actually, all things considered. So
yeah, I mean, maybe I'd consider it if I wasn't already playing 3 other like.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
That's
I wouldn't
just
say
a little
put
too many to
down.
dual wield. Because I also want to get into. My friends have also started playing Warframe, and I want to play Warframe with them. So it's like, shit, how many games can I play? I gotta like cut out at least one of these games. I need to beat at least one of these games before I like take.
I was gonna say, yeah, maybe pick up Devil May Cry 5 after you finish something. But yeah, if you're worried about length, it's not too long. It's pretty decently. It's pretty nicely length. Where it's not too short, but it's not too long. And you have
it's optimum length.
Yeah, and you have this guy with white hair who has a scythe.
I mean, I like cool dudes with white hair.
Oh, you're gonna love Devil May Cry 5 then. So many dudes with white hair.
Sick.
Everybody's got white hair. Everyone's doing the Silver the Hedgehog.
You want white hair? He's got white hair. He's got white hair. We've all got white hair.
I got white hair. You just can't see it under my hat. Oh wait, that white hair is my hat. I'm Brendan from Pokemon. What?
That's another reference.
The Brendan from Pokemon. Brendan from Red and Blue. From Ruby and Sapphire, not Red and Blue. Excuse me.
I'm sorry, I don't know who fucking Brendan is from
the
Pokemon.
Gen 3 male protagonist.
I'm such an iconic character. Gen 3 male protagonist. Brendan. Everybody's favorite Pokemon character.
The guy who everyone knows as the dude who we thought for years had white hair, but he doesn't. It's a hat.
Wait, hang on a second. I think I know what you're talking about. You're telling me that's a hat? Pokemon Brendan? Is his name really Brendan?
That's his name, Brendan. And
That's a hat? What are you talking about? It's spiky. He's got a headband and hair. Are you fucking kidding me with this shit?
He has brown hair.
That's not
You
how a
can see
hat
it under his
works.
hat. It's a hat.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you're right. Well, maybe he just has brown sideburns. Oh no, it's the hat. Oh no. What the fuck, Brendan? What the fuck? This has been bros in a landfill. I need to fucking take a shower and think about my life. Signing off.
Are we really done?
Fuck it. I'm
Okay.
We've been going for an hour. We may as well.
All right, signing off.
All right.
Thank you for 50 episodes. Thank you for 50 episodes. We really appreciate it. Here's to another 50.